Hello, everybody. My name is Emberus, and today is June 20th, 2022. And as you can see on my screen, this morning Nintendo announced that there would be a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct on June 22nd, so about 2 days from now, or about a day and a half as I'm recording this in the afternoon. And I kind of wanted to take this video to talk about some of my expectations for what we're going to see in this Direct, and then maybe some of my hopes that I want to see. Maybe not expectations, something that I expect to see, but something that I want to see as a fan of this series. Now, before I talk about the Xenoblade 3 Direct, I wanted to bring your attention to the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Direct that happened in November of 2017. So about the same time frame from when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out, they got a Direct, and we're getting a Direct about the same time frame, about a month before Xenoblade 3 comes out. And it was a very interesting Direct. A lot of it, a majority of it, I'd say, it was about 16 minutes long, and 13 or probably 12 or 13 minutes were dedicated to kind of the bones of the game, talking about driver combos, talking about blade combos, fusion combos, field skills, how to pick up materials, the different characters that you'll meet. And so that was pretty substantial and really gave a really good overview of what the game was going to be. It talked about all the different titans you'll visit, like Gormott and Raya and Moradane. Showed off some of the enemies you'll be able to fight, talked about special enemies. It went really in depth to kind of what the game was. And as far as story, it really didn't talk that much about story. It talked about how you play as Rex and you're trying to get Pyra to Elysium, and how there are a lot of people who want to stop you, who want to either just kill Pyra or take her and use her for their own power. And there really weren't too many spoilers as far as story goes, except for the reveal of Mithra. But I feel like that gets revealed pretty early on in the game. It's like chapter 3, so it's within the first, 15, 20 hours of a 60 or 70 hour game. So you can debate as whether that's a spoiler or not. But all in all, I thought it was a really good presentation. Really showed off what the game was going to be about. For maybe some people that were kind of on the fence about it, maybe wanted to pick it up or weren't sure what it was about, I think the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Direct really showed some people, okay, yeah, might be a game that I want to get. And that's more or less what I'm expecting from the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct. I expect to see some more story beats where they maybe show us a little more how the party gets together, because we know that the Kevis characters, Noah, Lens, and Uni, are fighting against the Agnes characters, Mio, Senna, and Tyon. And we know that they get together and form a party at some point, but we're not exactly sure how. So I think we'll probably see that story beat where they're fighting in the beginning, and then they find out that they're Ouroboros and that they need to defeat Wild Ride, something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like we'll probably see that. And I feel like we'll probably get a spoiler about the size of Pyra actually being Mithra, or however you want to talk about that. We'll figure something out. Maybe we'll see Guernica Vandam's death. Maybe we'll see Ethel and Isurki? Igaruki? Anyway, maybe we'll see some of those characters, how they got together. Anyway, so I'm expecting a pretty, not like huge spoiler, but a pretty mid-level spoiler. Again, probably at the extent of finding out that Pyra is actually Mithra. And I expect to see a lot of talking about the world, a lot of world building. Maybe we'll get some more names for the locales that we've been seeing in the trailers. And in case you don't have a very big presence on social media, the Monolith Soft made a Twitter account specifically for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 news, and they've been dropping a ton on their Twitter. They've been talking about the different characters, they've been talking about the different classes, they've talked about a lot of stuff. I haven't talked a lot about it, of course, but in case you're wondering, there's actually a YouTube channel. His name is Luxon, and every week he goes over the different news that was announced the previous week. So if you want to check him out, it's Luxon, Luxin. He does fantastic work, and he basically only does Xenoblade content. So if you're interested in more Xenoblade stuff, definitely give him a follow. But I feel like that's what most of this direct is going to be. We're going to see a lot of what was said in the Twitter account basically put into a direct, just kind of really streamlined and explained a lot better, because some of the stuff never made it to an official English translation, so people had to rely on machine translation or whatever translation the people that speak Japanese could give them, and it wasn't great. A lot of it is fine and makes sense, but it just a lot of it you're just that's is that what they actually mean? Like, they would switch genders a lot. They'd be like, oh, Mio is a dude, and you're like, that's weird. So I feel like this would be good to kind of have official English localization for a lot of these concepts, so we can give them official names and whatnot. Yeah, and something else that they actually talked about in the Xenoblade 2 Direct was they announced that there would be an expansion pass, is that there would be a lot of DLC for this game. And if you've played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 but haven't bought the DLC, oh my word, go buy it. Go buy it, if only because you get Torna. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna is one of my absolute favorite games of all time. It is so good. And so I think we'll probably see some DLC here. Now, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like, but based off of how Monolith Soft has released their Xenoblade games in the past, we will probably get a another story, quote unquote, like how with Xenoblade 2 we got Torna, Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition that released in 2020, we got Future Connected, which was Melia's story, kind of. And so I feel like we'll probably get some sort of a story here. Now, if you ask me what that little, 15-hour adventure is going to be, I have no idea. I haven't played the game. I don't know exactly what the game's going to be about. It might be, we play as Ethel, and leading up to how she became leader of, the Kev's colony. It might be we play as a bunch of the hero characters that they've shown, like Xeon and Valdi, some of those people. And so I don't know, but we can probably expect some DLC there, which would be cool. I'm not normally a big fan of downloadable content, but Monolith Soft has good downloadable content, so thank you, Monolith Soft. Yeah, so I think that's probably what we'll see in 20 minutes. We'll learn more about the story, learn a lot about the world, how it works, battle systems, probably get some confirmations of things that we probably know already, but we're not entirely sure, because, again, Japanese machine translation is always weird. And then probably some DLC. So, yeah. And as far as hopes for what I want to show in this game, I kind of want to see some Xenosaga stuff. Okay, so full disclosure, I have never played a Xenosaga game. Those came out in the mid-2000s, and I was, 8 or 9 at best. And ever since I've started playing Xenoblade, I started Xenoblade 2 back in 2018, and especially in the lead up for Xenoblade 3, I've been replaying Xenoblade. I played Xenoblade 1 for the first time, and then I've been replaying Xenoblade 2. I'm playing with it right now. I just finished Chapter 8. And I've been following a lot of channels that have been talking about the connections between Xenoblade and Xenosaga. And a lot of people have said, ooh, is there going to be Xenosaga stuff in this game? How are they going to be able to get, people like Cosmos, or people like that? And I don't know that I want a full confirmation that, oh, hey, Cosmos is in the game. But I think it'd be cool to see some obvious Xenosaga connections. And maybe this Xenoblade 3 can finally be Perfect Works Episode 6 that people have been waiting for so long. But don't quote me on that. Again, like I said, I'm not a huge Xenosaga fan, so I'm not entirely sure what that would entail. But I know that people have been wanting a game that covers Perfect Works Episode 6 for a while. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up for me. I will be watching the direct and recording my reaction for you guys. So I'll try to get that posted Wednesday morning, right after the direct goes live. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, as I'll be making a ton of Xenoblade 3 content when that comes out in July. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.